Hello. Hi. I hope you're well and welcome back to another one of my favourite videos to do, and that is the accent trigger video. So today we're going to do potentially around 15 accents, and as you know, people can get ASMR from voices and different accents, so this will hopefully help you determine which accent gives you tingles and which accents do not. So we're going to do quite a few from the UK, we're going to do Scotland, a couple from Ireland, quite a few from England, Welsh, move over into a few in America, and also other parts of the world. I'm going to do some accents as well that I've not done before to try and challenge myself. So again, I absolutely love reading the comments on these videos, whether positive or negative. So let me know what your favourite accent is, or any accents that you find tingly that I've missed. So yes, now pay attention right ear, pay attention left ear. Okay, I'm going to do from ear to ear, soft-spoken of course in these accents. Are you ready? Okay, let's begin. Now we're of course going to start with the base city of all, of course, which is Glasgow in Scotland. So, we're going to talk a bit more fast, and we're a little bit more sort of a kind of a rougher accent in Scotland, so we tend to be a little bit more, like we see a lot of slang, like where's your head, hello hen, how are you doing, and we kind of miss tease a lot, and we speak very, very, very fast in Glasgow. So I tend not to have this sort of accent. I do use it a lot in more of my really Scottish videos. I'll really put on the Glaswegian accent, really kind of emphasise some of the slang words and all the sort of rolling your R's a lot. So that's us in Glasgow. So we kind of course talk a bit more like this, a bit more rough. Some people find it really interesting. There's a lovely lady called Scottish Blueberry that does ASMR that you should check out, who does tend to have a lot broader Scottish accent than I actually do in my videos. So I would definitely recommend, if you're liking this accent and you're enjoying this sort of really rough Scottish bra, then I would suggest that you go and have a look at some of her videos, because they're really, really fun. Of course, now in Glasgow, we do pride ourselves having the best city, kind of a little bit of rivalry between us and the Edinburgh side. And of course, I'm going to do an Edinburgh sort of Midlothian accent for you, so you can really understand the differences in both the two main cities in the central belt of Scotland. Absolutely. So this is the Glaswegian accent. We like to say I a lot, but so do other places in Scotland. So there we are. So we're going to move over to the posher side of Scotland. We're going to move over to the east coast in the Edinburgh Midlothian accent, and as you'll see already, it kind of has a little bit more of a sing-song accent, and the further north you tend to go for your eastern side of Scotland, you tend to find that you get a little bit more of this sort of sing-song accent. But you'll already notice as well that they tend to have a bit more, they kind of pronounce the words a bit more fuller than you would get with your Glaswegian or western side's counterparts. They tend to say the words a little bit better, but definitely have more of a sing-song, and you can always definitely tell if somebody's from Edinburgh if they come over to Glasgow, and we kind of go, they're posh. Just kidding. We love our Edinburgh Scottish people, but a lot of tourists go to Edinburgh, and you probably hear this more accent a little bit more over that side, perhaps in the shop assistants, or if you're going to Edinburgh Castle and you've got people who are from this kind of way, and they'll maybe be your tour guides, they'll maybe have this accent as opposed to the strong kind of Glaswegian accent that we tend to have. I personally really like this accent because I really like the sort of sing-song side. I would say they do speak a little bit slower than we do over in Glasgow. Nevertheless, I hope you really enjoy the Scottish accents I've done for you. So we're now going to move to the south of Ireland. So I did the Irish accent in my last impersonation or trigger video, and what I failed to let you know about the Irish accent is that there's a lot of different Irish accents in different parts of Ireland. So I visit Dublin very regularly, and there's even a different accent in the north and the south of Dublin itself. What I would say with Ireland is they tend to speak to the front of their mouths. They tend to also miss out the t. They'll say d. So there, look over there, instead of look over there. They maybe don't speak as fast as what I originally said in my previous impersonation video. But they definitely use a lot of different slang, and they have a different way of speaking than what we would normally find in the main land of the UK, for example. I absolutely love the Irish accent. I think it's great. I love the way that they speak to each other. I love the way that they pronounce, or they miss some words and they say, like, there's 3 things that I want to say to you. Like, I really do think there's the emphasis in the front of the mouths, and different owl sounds they say, like a totally different, like park, they would say perk. There's the perk. You see? I honestly think the Irish accent is great for relaxation. I think it's very tingly and interesting to listen to. So I would highly recommend that you find an Irish ASMR artist. I can't think of any ones that I know other than Sweet Irish Whispers off the top of my mouth, but I would definitely recommend. Now we're going to move up to the north of Ireland. So in Northern Ireland, they have more of a sing-song accent. There's a little bit between Scottish and an Irish accent. In the north, it's a lot. I think it's a very pleasant accent. It's a really nice accent. It's more relaxing and calm. There's a lot of phrases that they'll maybe say up in the Northern Irish, the Northern Ireland. They'll maybe say, "What's the crack?" which means what's going on, or dead on. It's fine. Eat it. And they would call you an idiot, which means idiot. But it's definitely got more of a sing-song voice, like hoy instead of how. Hoy no, brown cow. Hoy no, brown cow. I should do that in all the accents. How now, brown cow. But yes, I think that the Northern Irish accent is very nice for ASMR. I can't again think of any ASMR artists that may be able to speak with the Northern Irish accent, but I'm sure there are plenty, so definitely have a look. So we're going to go to my favourite place for accents in England, which is up to the northeast, Newcastle. It's a Geordie accent. I love the Geordie accent. It's sing-song. It sounds absolutely pure brilliant. 2 of my favourite YouTubers are from up here, and they've got accents that are from the surrounding areas near Newcastle, and that is Visual Sounds and ASMR Angel. They speak with an accent that's from the Geordie place. You may also recognise this accent from a few of your favourite TV personalities such as Vicky Patterson or Cheryl Cole. She has an accent from up near Newcastle. It's definitely a great accent for ASMR. I think it gives lots of tingles. They say me a lot instead of like me mum instead of my mum. So me mum, me instead of my. And they've got a lot of other words that they say specific to that region of England. I think it's a very, very different accent to other places in England, which makes it so great. But yes, so this is the Geordie accent. My version's a bit softer. It's not over pronouncing the words that they use, just to make it more suitable for ASMR. Well, shout, I'm going to take you now to the Liverpool Scouse accent on the northwest of England. So in Liverpool, they've got a lot of sing-song in the voice, but the difference between the Geordie accent and coming over here is that they use a lot of like move back. They go a lot higher with the words they're saying. Again, they'll maybe roll the R, so from. Now, I'm not familiar with any Scouse YouTubers, Scouse ASMR artists. I'm not sure, so I would highly appreciate if you could list below. They also say different words like Cobon is in a mood, so he's got a cobon because he needs some scran for food. Busies, wash out, the busies are coming. Wash out, the busies are coming. Busies for police. Now, I love the Scouse accent. I think it's a great accent. But again, I'm not 100% sure which other YouTubers speak with a Scouse accent. So please let me know. And let me know if you find it relaxing. Now we're going to do a little bit more of a posh English accent. This is more of a stereotype posh English accent. Because again, as you know, every location in the UK has a completely different accent. So this would perhaps be an accent that you would hear as maybe a standard posh English. You might hear it in your books or audio tapes if you're learning English. So it's quite a relaxed accent. It's maybe used in different movies. It is quite, I'm using a particularly high voice to do it. It's, of course, she won't mind me saying, but this is more of the accent type, not quite, but close to the likes of ASMR artist Creative Calm. She speaks with more of a posh English accent, and I find her voice quite fun to do when I do impersonation videos. So a fun fact about this accent is I was actually born in London. My parents are both Scottish, but I was born in London when my dad was working in London, and we lived in Cambridge for a number of years when I was a child before we moved up to Glasgow. And I, as a child, had this kind of accent, which is why I find it a little bit easier to do than other accents. So, this is Posh English. Alright, where do you think you're going? You're staying right here on this video, because we're going now to do a bit more of a Cockney accent. If you live in London and you've got not so much of a posh English accent, there's a good chance that you've got a bit more of a Cockney accent. It's a bit harsher, they're a bit more direct. They use think, for example. They don't tend to pronounce like sounds like th, be it think. brother. Instead of brother. Brother. What you doing? What you looking at? The U's maybe not pronounce the T's at the ends of the words. So. What? You got a problem, mate? You got a problem? What are you looking at? It's a bit more of a harsh accent. I'm not 100% sure how well it works in the ASMR community, but, right, listen up. Whispers Red. That's right, you hear me right. Whispers Red does a Cockney video with her ASMR. And I've got to tell you, it's fantastic. You should go right away and listen to her Cockney ASMR video, because she does a very good impression of the Cockney accent. But I'm not quite sure if it's too harsh for ASMR, and maybe you will be able to tell me otherwise. Give me a little comment and see if you think the Cockney accent would make a really good ASMR accent trigger. So we're going now to the place in the UK that we've not yet done the accent for, and that is Wales. So in Wales they have a lot of different accents. They have very plain accents that sound a bit more English, and they then have very strong accents that are from the place called the Valleys, and they have a lot more sing-song and are a lot stronger. But today we're going to do a bit more of a stereotypical Welsh accent and look at how they pronounce their words. So in Wales they tend to stutter the words and they pronounce the L quite regularly. They tend to have a little bit more of a t in amongst their sentences, and they do talk with a bit of a sing-song. They kind of go up and down when they speak. Sometimes if you get the accent a little bit wrong, it sounds like you're speaking from a foreign country. You speak like somebody from a foreign country. They will also pronounce the R's, they roll their R's like you would in a Scottish accent. And sometimes I find that the Welsh accent can be some words are similar to, for example, the places in the UK like Newcastle or Liverpool accent. Sometimes some of the words sound very similar. But the Welsh accent is very interesting to listen to. I'm not doing a particularly great Welsh accent. I actually prefer listening to the stronger Welsh accent up in the valleys. I love the way that they pronounce their words and the way that they speak. I think it would make a great video for ASMR. I think it would be a great accent trigger. But I do not know of anybody from Wales that does ASMR. So again, please let me know below if you know somebody who does a Welsh accent or a Welsh ASMR channel. Hey babe, how you doing? Good. So now we've gone a little bit further down, not so far out of London, but we're going now in the Essex accent. Now there's a lot of reality TV stars, that's right, reality TV stars that speak with an Essex accent, thanks to The Only Way is Essex. Essex is a part of the UK that is known for people in Essex love to look really well, look after themselves. That's right, love to look after themselves. A very cosmetic procedure here is very popular, and they love to endorse it, and you get quite a lot of reality celebrities that are all from this area. So they've done really well in this part, but they love their lip fillers or their breast implants, but they do speak and be like, babe, hi babe, how are you babe? So don't know, again, any ASMR people specifically from Essex. It is a little bit slower, so it could work really well for ASMR. And again, I'm doing it quite high actually. I'm speaking with quite a high Essex accent. But I think it could work. I don't know about you. You'll really have to let me know. I think that this is not so harsh as the Cockney London accent was that I did for you earlier, but it is quite on the similar line. So yeah, this is the Essex accent. So we're gonna go all the way across the water now, across the pond to America. More Californian / Valley Girl accent. So this is an accent that I love to do in some of my role plays. So often I'll do, if I'm doing an impersonation of the Kardashians or Britney Spears, I'll maybe put on more of this sort of Valley Girl accent. It is probably one of the most well-known types of American accent. Whether people really speak like this a lot in real life, I don't know. But more for like the Kardashians, or in movies, you get a lot of this type of American accent, and they just kind of I don't know, bitchy. I would describe this particular one, you see it a lot in people who try and do a bitchy role play, which sounds silly. I actually think it could be really relaxing. It's quite slow, and the one thing that I love about the American accent is that people, or Americans, is that they do take their time to pronunciate, and they do fill their words. They use quite high vocabulary when they speak. So I actually really enjoy it. I'm not sure if you're American, whether you enjoy listening to other American accents, or specifically a Valley Girl accent like the one I'm trying to do now, whether you find that relaxing. And if you're somebody from out with America, it's also interesting to know if you, like me, find the American accent relaxing. There's a lot of American ASMR artists, some that have really great accents, that are really good, that I love to listen to is, for example, Accidentally Graceful. She's hopefully coming back to the scene for ASMR, so I'm really excited to hear whether she comes back. I'm still praying for the return of Heather Feather. But for example, your big guys like GB or Taylor Darling, they all have an American accent, albeit it's different to the one that I'm currently putting on just now. So this is the Californian / Valley Girl accent. Y'all, we're just gonna move a little bit further down now to more of a southern part of America. So there's a lot of different states in the southern part of America. Southern North America, I should be specific, that have this sort of Southern American accent, and they all sound really different to each other, but it comes under this sort of Southern, accent that you would maybe hear in different movies, especially some of the old traditional movies like Gone with the Wind. So I absolutely love the Southern accent. There's a ASMR YouTuber that I love to watch who does a really great Southern impression, y'all. So she is Southern Sounds ASMR, and all of her videos are a little bit all over. She does a lot of different role plays and different trigger videos, and she has a really great and really strong Southern American accent, which is, I think, so super relaxing, and I think it'd be really great for y'all to just go and listen to her videos if you like this sort of accent. I'm not particularly great. It's really difficult to get a generalized southern accent, but it's, as you can tell, it's different. It's a little bit, it's kind of more, kind of speak more to the front of your mouth, down that way, and they kind of go up, height-wise, when they're speaking. So, yeah, this is the Southern American accent. Yo, we're now going to do a New Yorker Italian accent that you may hear in the movies. So this is more of a New Yorker Italian gangster accent that you would hear in a lot of older movies. You don't really hear this sort of accent out and about in New York. This is more of a stereotypical gangster movie like Joe Pesci accent. So this, they kind of use a little bit more of like a tall, cool, store, instead of like cool, tall, store, cool, tall, store. You know, it's like it's totally. I think it's quite a recognizable accent. When I think of New York, I think of this gangster accent. I think there's we were there recently, and I heard a lot of different accents in New York. But I was in a diner, and there was a few accents that were a bit similar to what I'm doing now, and I was like, that sounds totally amazing. So let me know if you think the sort of New York gangster accent is one that you found relaxing. Maybe I can incorporate it into some fancy roleplay. So we're going to go a little bit further south now to South Africa. So I know a few people from South Africa, and they speak Afrikaans, and they have a little bit of this South African accent, which is a bit mixed. I don't know about you, but it's a bit mixed between. I think it's got sounds of Australian and English. The way they pronounce the words, they kind of like says a lot. I think they could speak more to the side of the mouth, so similar to what I last did with the New York accent. But South Africa is a beautiful country, and I'm fortunate, as I said, to know a few people from South Africa. I actually really like the accent. I really love listening to people who speak with the South African accent. But obviously they speak a lot better at it than I do. But I think it's very relaxing. It's really nice to listen to. I think that you should definitely check out and see if there is any South African YouTubers. I actually don't know of any South African ASMR YouTubers. So if you know of some, please let me know, as I would love to listen to the ASMR videos. You may, if you are South African, think that my accent is shit, but this is the way that my friends that I know speak with the South African accent. I also think it's very different to the way that you speak. It depends where you're from in South Africa. Different regions, again, speak with a different accent, so it's different. G'day, mate. Right, it's time for the Australian accent, which I'm not so good at. There's a shark in the water. There's a shark in the water. They say right instead of right. It's right, side, height, fight. Mate, there's a big old surf down at the beach. Grab a beer. Join us down at the beach. Be careful. There may be a shark in the water. Shark in the water. Sorry. ASMR YouTubers. There is one. Fantasy ASMR. She has an Australian accent. So go to her channel for better. That's English now. Go to her channel for a better Australian accent than the one I'm currently giving you. But that is literally all I can say. Like, there's a shark in the water. But a shrimp on the barbie. Oi. Butter. Where's the butter? Butter? Where's the butter? No, it's just bad. Just about the last one. So yes, that is all of my accents for this part of this trigger video. I hope you enjoyed them. I'm sure you will give me some excellent criticism on the ones I did wrong. Rightly so. But I hope you were able to tingle and find some accents there that helped you tingle and enjoyed it. It's quiet entertainment is what I like to call quite a lot of my videos. Might not help you sleep, but help you relax and find it entertaining at the same time. Always the aim. Anyway, join me next time for a video. Thank you. Sweet dreams.